Welcome back, everyone, to IPO 5 here in Las Vegas, Nevada at the Cosmopolitan Hotel. We're going to have a great matchup as it is going to be SK Gaming versus Epsilon. Game 3, it has gone the distance, Josh. My name is Golden Boy FCW. This fine gentleman here is Ask Joshy, and we're going to be your commentators for this weekend's festivities. And any thoughts on that last game, man?
That last game was incredible. We had 5 attacking rounds. Lasers were flying everywhere. That's just really exciting. You know, sometimes you get into these defensive stalemates, and it seems like nobody can really get any ground on attack rounds.
Yeah.
But this one, these guys are incredibly accurate. They're very, very good. And we are ready to begin game number 3. The map is going to be Fortress, and it looks like XP3 will be attacking in first for Epsilon.
This is actually, unlike the other maps that we saw earlier with Crossroads and Collide being vastly different from this one, it's an uphill battle on Fortress, with that pit being a very key area there for defenders to control, because that is where the goal point's going to be at. But you can also utilize the walls to your advantage and pretty much just be able to cover yourself as best as possible. We are going to be on board here with XP3. Oh. He's already going to get a shot off on ID there, and that was very, very fast to open things up.
Yeah, XP3 already in quite good position. 3 armor against 2 defenders, 3 armor against 1 defender. Who's it going to be? It is actually Clock still standing at the goal. Can XP3 win this duel? He's got plenty of time left on the clock. He can take a few shots before getting risky, but Clock is actually going to get a little bit of aggressive after he sees that laser. XP3 lands the 3rd and final laser to take his, I believe, 5th attacking round of this series. Pretty good stuff out of him.
You know, we talk about the leadoff attacker being so important for all these teams, and XP3 pretty much just displays that there in this matchup time and time again. You know, every time he led off for a squad, he's managed to secure that attack round win, and that is so important because you want your leadoff attacker to be that individual who you know is like, all right, he's going to get out to the field, he's going to do some damage, and he's going to put us on a good lead so that this way we can immediately take the 2-0 with some great defense. Goodness. But that's what ID's job is to do, is to shut that one down right away, as he's going to land 2 lasers now, and he's going to be in a situation where he has to face Godson 1v1. He is going to have 2 armor here. Let's see what ID is going to be doing here. You know, the pressure is going to be on Godson now, obviously holding down that defense as best as he possibly can. ID and Godson back and forth with 5 seconds left on the clock here. The goal is going to become live, and ID shuts that one down right away. 1-1 with the attack rounds secured for both sides. Great stuff indeed by both squads.
These guys are playing on fire. I am just really excited to see how this game ends up. Colwyn with our, ESWC champions and the first winners of our EU online qualifiers. These guys are in the same group as Epsilon and SK. I really want to see how things go with that. And, this is just going to be an incredible day. Gills up on the attack now. Clock, ID, and Rafa. I only have eyes on a couple of them. Actually, Gills slowly identifying their positions. Great shot there to get started for him as he moves forward. We've got ID and Rafa down in the pit. Oh my goodness, only ID left. This is the same situation we just saw.
Oh, wow.
Gills lighting everyone up as well. That's 3 attacking rounds in a row to get started on Fortress, which is usually a more defensive-minded map.
Yeah, either they're just really good on the attack, or their defense just sucks. That's just the only thing I can.
They're so accurate right now.
They really are.
Landing everything.
And now let's see if Rafa can do it again and make it 4 attack round wins here. 57-meter shot, just like nothing. He just jumped up and said, let me push the button. And I'm going to do something cool here. Check this out, guys. And he managed to nail that shot there. That's going to be the longest shot of the game at 57.5 meters. So pretty long distance shot, as Rafa's going to get some pressure there on the goal. He needs to be careful here. Of course, trying to land another one there, giving that dude a haircut. Godson sits down. It's going to be Rafa versus XP3 here. And that was a great rocket landed there by XP3 to really put the pressure on Rafa at this time. And Rafa is not in a good spot.
I can't say anything except, oh my God, oh my goodness. This is actually incredible. Some of the shots that are being pulled off right here are amazing. XP3 in a great position actually as a defender. Oh, he can't be in the corner. Standing still is always so scary, but he does plant the 3rd and final rocket. That freaked me out, man. When you see someone standing still, you kind of
get
freak
crazy.
Out. Yeah, you're like, why are they standing still?
Why is he there? We saw that happen yesterday, I believe, with Fnatic and Dignitas.
Yeah, someone.
I forgot who it was, but someone was just standing still. The attacker.
Zacubus was attacking, and one of the Fnatic guys was just standing
there you go.
still next to the goal, and you can see him hesitate. And he's like, all right, I'll take the shot now. and go ahead and eliminate you. But man, that does actually mess with you when you see something like that. You're like, oh wow, he's standing still.
Because Shootmania and movement coincide together so well here. It's all about being as mobile as possible here. You don't want to stay still in a lot of instances. But that was going to be a trade. But now Godson actually is going to have one armor left as the pressure is going to be on him. And as soon as that laser is shot off, you know right away the defenders are going to go on the hunt there. And that was a great display of that. Great work by Clock. And now he is going to be attacking for SK Gaming. Let's see if he can actually get that round win in there for them and tie this game up.
I think these two teams are going for a record of fewest defensive rockets landed in an entire match, but these guys, everybody's attacking like crazy good right now. Clock against XP3 on the laser pad. Wow, that's a duel that I didn't expect to happen. Clock already down to 2 armor, but that laser pad here on Fortress is just not really favored by any of the teams. Crossroads, you'll see it used all the time, but this laser pad is just risky. There's nowhere to run. There's, you're exposed at basically 180 degrees around you, so it's kind of tough to make use of. I'm very surprised to see that in use, but Clock with 2 armor left against 2 defenders, still pretty equitable for both sides. Now that the time is ticking down, I kind of give the edge to the defenders here, as Clock is going to have to eliminate one of them for sure to be able to capture this goal. Yeah,
you were actually talking about that laser pad, and one of the reasons why I think it's pretty effective whenever you're fighting someone on the outside. But nice stuff there by Godson and Gills to end that one. But you had mentioned that laser pad, and whenever an attacker veers off to the left side of the map here, as you see on the overhead, that laser pad actually is really effective for defenders because you can hit them at that range. Granted, though, the cover is not great, but that is the risk of moving down there. It's just the way I think is some pretty interesting map design, and I'm kind of a fan of it. But let's see here, XP3 now attacking for Epsilon. He has had quite a fantastic game overall in this series, landing another shot there. 1v2 is Godson and XP3 are going to be, Godson and, sorry about that. ID and Rafa are going to be the last ones. I was looking at the wrong side. But yeah, XP3 now getting another shot there just like butter. Beautiful work, and he might be able to land the next one. Not too sure, but he does not hit that one. But he makes up for it right away, and XP3 wins the round. Okay, we get it.
Ridiculous. All these shots are so good. XP3 is just on fire right now. He really, really wants to make up for the loss at ESWC. They did not get out of their groups, but they played some amazing games, and XP3, Gills, and Godson are here with a vengeance, trying to prove that they are the best team in Shootmania. SK Gaming, these guys assembled only a couple of months ago, but they've been practicing all the time. I added to my friends list earlier on, and he's been on almost every single time I log in. So these guys practice like crazy. They're very, very dedicated to winning. Rafa has something like 13 first-place finishes in the last couple of years in Quake, and he's got that determination to practice and become the best at whatever he does. So ID and Clock playing along with him have the same sort of mentality. They can do some great things here.
Oh yeah, and obviously Quake, I'm sure, is in his heart and soul. You can never deny that one. But wow, ID gets taken out right away by XP3. But to cover on that topic, Quake is in his heart and soul. That is for certain. As I'm sure it is in the heart and soul of a bunch of other of our viewers and the people who compete in this game as well. But it's good to see those kinds of players playing Shootmania, giving it a try, and putting their dedication to it just as much as they dedicate themselves to Quake as well. It's a good thing to see. It shows that the game is moving forward little by little, and progress is better than no progress, But good stuff here indeed by all the players participating in the community. Now we're going to have Gills attacking for Epsilon. It's getting that pressure from Clock on that right side of the hill, and that's a great position for Clock to be at because he pretty much just is able to, dip around whenever he wants and poke in and out and get full view. But that will be a trade there, and that is exactly what he wanted, especially with the time ticking down. And another nice shot there landed by ID on Gills, so Gills is not going to be in a favorable spot right now.
All right, SK Rafa and ID still standing. Gills does get eliminated by ID. That's 3 attacking rounds total for Epsilon, 1 for SK Gaming. They have a few more opportunities. They have, the pole. Look at
we got the polls.
We got the polls working.
The polls.
49% Epsilon, even though Epsilon is leading right now. So this is a live poll that we're seeing. 49% of viewers are voting on Epsilon. You can vote at IGN.com if you didn't know. There will be polls up all day long. XP3 landing 2 lasers from that pad that we talked about.
It's
being
that
risky.
side. It's that side.
The zoom is very useful on that side. You're definitely correct. But I'm just kind of shocked to see 51% for SK when they are trailing a little bit. So Epsilon, our poll feature is actually just blowing my mind right now. It's so cool to see it up.
Yeah, because we saw with StarCraft in the league like all weekend. We really haven't had a chance to use it. So pretty cool stuff by our production team. But shutting that one down right away. XP3 was pretty much the star of that one. It was a 1v1 in that instance. But, you know, I had mentioned it again that and now it is actually 50%. So both teams are going. It's going up and down.
That's going to be very distracting.
I can just commentate that that percentage.
Like, the poll is moving again.
The polls are moving, ladies and gentlemen.
But please keep in mind, because we have not mentioned it yet, IGN.com, all the games are being streamed right there in 720p. There is a poll feature on the right side. I see Epsilon has pulled ahead now, but Godson on the attack, already trading 1 armor for 1 defender with as much time as left on the clock. That's actually going to benefit him a little bit. If time ticks down a little bit further and he still doesn't have a second defender, never mind. He takes out ID. It's just Rafa here to try and stop Godson. If Godson's successful here, that's going to be an 8-3 situation, and Map Point would come up next. So
Rafa needs to come up clutch here.
Yeah, he has to stop Godson.
This will not be a good look for them, especially getting 5 rounds. Now it's going to be a 1v1. 1 armor left here. Nice rockets there as it's going to scare Godson a little bit there. He's trying to shimmy back and forth, moving it in. Clutch play by Rafa to secure that one. 7-4. Great defensive play by Rafa. I must say, you can't say it time and time again there. But they are, you know, I tell you, the defense is on point. They just need to find their lasers right now on Fortress, and it just seems to be a little bit of a struggle for them. But let's see if Clock can change that luck for his squad.
All right, Clock, yeah, he has to make something happen. They have very limited attack rounds left in this match, in this whole series. For this group play, Group A, Clock off to a great start, though. Takes out Godson. We got XP3 falling down and getting taken out as well. Clock's laser is right on point. Only Gills is alive to try and stop him. 3 armor left. Clock is in a great situation right now. He's got a lot of time left on the clock. He can start to move around and figure out which way he wants to attack in from. Gills, as the only defender, needs to be aware of all the angles around him to try and stop Clock from hopping on that goal in a few more seconds when it becomes open. Gills does hop down. He's playing the point. They're going to do the dance. Can Gills get all 3 rockets? No, he cannot. Clock gets a second successful attacking round now for SK Gaming.
They needed that one.
Still a very close match. XP3 on the attack, though. He does not mess up very often on attack.
You know, this is going to be the big one. They have to shut him down right now. They did it once. They could do it again. That's just what needs to be done here. But XP3 now, of course, is just playing this one, you know, with trying out new things, which is always a good thing to see, especially on Fortress. And I'm a big fan of Fortress because of the fact that there's a lot of different approaches there. And seems like XP3 missing that easy laser.
Yeah.
Clock left himself wide open on that one, but he's going to get that difficult shot, which kind of makes no sense, but okay.
He has to up the challenge, right? He can only hit shots on the move.
Yeah, right? That'll just be too easy. And now it will be a 1v1 ID, versus XP3. Let's see, and we're so used to saying it here, but XP3 is going to be dropping around here, trying to land that laser there on ID. Rocket's going to be flying. XP3 is going to make his way in, perhaps, as he misses another laser, and the pressure is going to be coming from ID. Another laser miss there. It's going to be 9 seconds on the clock. XP3 knows that he can secure the win, and nice clutch by ID to close that one out there, 7-6. And now this is when they need their one of the ID now to actually shine. Their leadoff attacker has to come up clutch in this situation.
Yeah, ID already had 1 successful attack round a little bit earlier on here on Fortress. XP3 and company, Gills and Godson on Epsilon, all have slightly more attacking rounds. They have 3 to ID's and SK's 2. That's going to put them ahead if ID cannot stop them or get through them, actually, here. And that's a rushdown situation. You got him down to 1 armor right at the beginning. They're going to chase him all the way back. And even if he does manage to reset, essentially, he's basically playing from so far behind. It's going to be very difficult. Godson, Gills, and XP3. XP3 doesn't care at all. He just loops around and pops him for that third and final rocket. Look at XP3's score right now, 11 defensive rockets, 2 attacking rounds. He is doing some real work here in this group play here at IPL 5.
He's putting the team on his back right now. It is a collective effort, I will say, because, you know, Gills did get the attack round. But, man, XP3 is just on point right now. It just doesn't matter what he's doing. Defending, standing around, you know, looking at daisies, you know, lasering people. He's just doing it great. But, of course, you know, it is going to come down to Gills here to end this game. But he is already going to lose one armor there as the pressure is going to come. And nice shot there, catching Gills in midair. And the pressure will be on him. He has to double back in this situation and just make sure that he doesn't make any foolish mistakes.
Yeah, Gills in a tough spot. 3 defenders still standing. We just saw the same sort of situation with ID, and ID was not able to make it happen. But Rafa still across the way, and Clock down at the point. No, Rafa, oh, sorry, Clock getting eliminated. It's Rafa versus Gills once again. Rafa gets taken out. Gills seals the deal. That is 4 attacking rounds there. Good games to SK Gaming and Epsilon, getting us started for group play here at IPL 5. You can see the Team Epsilon there hugging each other. Very good victory for them. And, you know, some shaking of the hands. Good play by both teams. Very, very good stuff to get us started. I'm excited, man. If every match is as good as that one, I'm going to be thrilled all day long. Yeah,
well, coming up next, of course, we have 2 great teams facing off. We have one of our North American qualifier champions, Spin Move, actually going up against the ESWC champions, Colwyn. That's going to be insane. We're also going to have an interview with the winner coming up next. So, guys, don't go anywhere. We got a lot of viewers right now. We have a lot of people in the audience that were kind of digging the environment. Hopefully that can continue to build over the weekend. Josh, you pumped?
Yeah, I'm excited, and I hope you guys are as well. Go ahead. I'm excited all the time. It's just I can't get more excited. No, it's hard. It's hard for me to do. I'm sorry. But basically, you know, we're going to be tweeting. We're going to be interviewing players. We're going to be doing all those things to try and keep the show entertaining for you guys. But right now, we're going to take a break, and on the other side, we'll have someone from Epsilon up here to talk about the games.